We got the Dolphins and the 49ers. Just talked about two of the best offensive teams in football with the Bengals and the Chiefs. I think Dolphins are in that category, too, with the big plays that they can make. They didn't make as many in this game. Maybe that was expected going against the 49ers, who have one of the best defenses in football.
That's what I expected,
maybe
for
number
sure.
one. So, and the 49ers won this game with a backup quarterback, 33-17. Great game for them. We'll get to them. But was this a case where San Francisco and Kyle Shanahan, they know Mike McDaniel, they know what he's going to do, and they're one move ahead. They're one step ahead. Did they just shut down Mike McDaniel's scheme on offense for the Dolphins?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, I came in the game the same thought you did, that you just said a little bit. 49ers defense is so good. They'll have some answers. They'll pose some problems for the Dolphins. This game, the Dolphins lost. The score is way misleading. Nobody should look at the score and really think anything of it. I mean, this game was tight. It was close. And my base overall theme would be this game made me go, no, the Dolphins are really good. The Dolphins are one of the best teams in football. There's no doubt about it.
This game made you say that.
100%. I have never seen the 49ers defense exposed the way they were in this football game. Not in the Kyle Shanahan era. Never. I've never seen a team have more open receivers, relegating them to going, oh, shit, we just got to play cover two. We give up. We can't cover it all. They're screwing us up when our passing of zone coverages. It was the most exposed they've ever been in their life. That's where it was amazing. It's going to come in handy for the Miami Dolphins. They lost, yes, but there's no way they can walk off that field and go, we were outclassed. I mean, I came away, I'm just going to get to the end right now, going, if they play again, all right, and I know we'll dig in here in a second, if they play again, the Dolphins can feel very comfortable with their game plan and go, we can do it again. The 49ers will watch the game back and go, we have to change a lot of shit up because we only won that game for one reason. Tua played horrible. Tua missed. Tua's been really good all year. Again, I'm not, and I think this is going to be a great learning experience for him. But they're not going to be able to rely on Tua not playing good again if they play again, because Tua's played good all year. You can't expect that. That was a little bit of an outlier. And there's probably a little bit of like, Ahmed, you play a great defense. They're fast. They're big. Like, remember in basketball, you'd be like, yeah, we got open shots against this team. Everybody says they're good defense, but, man, we kept missing them. And, you as the game goes, you go, yeah, we're missing them, but we're rushing them because how fast and how long they are, right? So you're never like, oh, I'm open for three. Right? You're always like, oh, gosh, that guy's coming at me. Oh, yeah, I was open, but I rushed it, and he was so big and had so many thoughts going. And I feel like that happened to Tua in this a little bit, where he's just like, whoa, they're fast. They're everywhere. And it just got to him a little bit to where he missed some throws in this football game that they were bad. And I know how I'm viewed here, but I'm just saying that they were bad. There was more plays and yards left on this field than just about any game I watched in the NFL this year. And I'm not trying to take a low blow. I mean, we can go into the video evidence or whatever, but that's where I was amazed by the Miami Dolphins and the attack. I've never seen anybody. Kansas City, I know, scored 44, right, earlier this year against the 49ers. They did some good things, don't get me wrong, but Mahomes made some throws where you just go, well, shit, nobody on the planet's going to get the ball in that window. That's just amazing. This was one where you went, oh my gosh, the 49ers, their heads are spinning and they don't know what to do. And they just missed some opportunities, the Miami Dolphins.
So, from talking to you before this, you were like, as you're writing these notes and as you're watching the film, you're like, oh, no. You're like,
I know.
Oh,
I'm
no.
always self-conscious because I don't want to be the hater guy.
You don't want to be the hater.
I don't. Anybody that knows me really, and I'm not trying to be a hater, and I don't hate against this guy. I just don't like the fan base that follows him sometimes, as we've said many times.
And the evidence was there that there were some big plays out there because they made a couple of huge plays. Long touchdowns.
Huge plays.
So we have gone through. We can't show you the video here on this podcast because Roger Goodell will come here to NBC Sports and take you off, put you in handcuffs. It's like we can't necessarily show video all the time. So we have some still shots of the all 22. So if you're watching on YouTube or Peacock, you'll see some of these still shots of the Miami Dolphins offense. If you are listening, Chris will do a great job of explaining exactly what he saw here.
And don't start yet. I just want to sit with this first too, because we're debunking themes here. This is what we're doing.
Okay.
Because I hear too much on TV. Well, hey, receivers dropped the ball. He had a few drops, but I would go, they would have been great catches. The throw needs to be better.
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm just trying to debunk, because sometimes I just watch TV and I go, I don't know, I just watched this game for like 3 hours. This is bullshit what this person's saying. It's bullshit. He's just taking an easy way out and saying something. And it's right. So it's, the drops and all that, and the 49ers defense does this to everybody. Yeah, they do this to everybody. But no offense like this has gone in. This is the best offense in football. They're amazing. And then the other element I hear on TV for 2 straight days is, well, man, he was under a lot of pressure. And I want to go, I was literally, and you saw my notes, watching the film with something on the TV, and they're telling me he was under a lot of pressure, and I'm going, wait, I'm 40 plays in. I don't think I've seen anybody around him yet, except for 1 or 2 plays.
So the numbers agree with you.
Yeah.
Tua was pressured on 27% of his dropbacks, 8th lowest rate in the NFL last week. For the season, it's 23%, second lowest rate
so
in the
it's
NFL.
more than normal.
Offensive line has been pretty good for the Dolphins.
Well, and it's not even always the offensive line. This goes into their offense too.
Yes.
Right? I know you saw this in my notes. They just don't let you rush the passer. Think about them, everybody out there listening, or if you're watching, all the stuff they got going, and then the RPOs along with it. So here's Tua, and if you're watching me, he gets the ball and he rides the running back right down like a little bit as he's gonna. Oh, am I gonna give him the ball or am I gonna pull it? Right? So the defensive line goes down the line of scrimmage, we got to stop the run, right? And then he pulls it, and now the defensive line, who's still kind of shuffling down the line of scrimmage, going, wait, we got to stop the zone run with Raheem Mostert. Oh, wait, he's going. Now we get it in a pass rush. Well, he's already patted the ball twice by that time you started to rush him. So the offense really helps their O-line out. He got under some pressure as the game went on. I'm not denying that. But when people just try to say he was under pressure all day, well, I'm throwing the challenge flag out there. That's all I'm saying with that one.
All right, so let's go through some of these shots,
Yeah,
all right?
let's do it. Let's do that.
All right, I'll read it.
You
just do a quick little explanation of what you saw.
Great.
There's a first third down. It was 3rd and 6. It was an incomplete pass to Trent Sherfield. Tyreek seems open.
Yeah,
here.
And this is one, and we're going to go back, and I'm going to show you. This is because this picture doesn't do it justice, right? Right here, people are going to look at it and go, wait, Tyreek's not open, and I'm telling you that Hufanga was just going downhill, and this is the fastest human in the history of football. These guys, like when you got a Tyreek Hill who's at full speed and a guy who's not turning and running and just getting out of his breakdown position, if we played this 10 yards down the field, 15 yards down the field, this is when you gear up to throw the ball to Tyreek, because he's going to just fly by. This is, I had these looks a million times at Joey Galloway. This is where I thrive. Oh, he's not getting back enough. He better be turning and running. I don't care that he's still 5 yards in front of him, because by the time he turns and runs, Joey's going to be 10 yards by him. And so and then he takes a risk here and throws the ball in the middle of the Sherfield, and Warner almost picks it off here. But this was the first one to where I go, man, he should have got to the top of the drop and just launched it. But this is not as egregious as some of the ones we'll see.
All right, 2nd down and 7.
Yep.
It was a throw to Waddle. It was not a great throw to Waddle. What did you see on this play?
Oh, yeah, well,
first quarter, 4 minutes to go.
One, this is what I see first. Okay.
Okay. Well, that one
is he open there?
Even to me, that is obvious.
Okay, that's the first read. The pocket was totally fine. I don't know. Tua's eyes were a little all over the place, but I mean, this is gone. This is 7-on-7. The pocket's fine. Okay, so the ball should have gone to Tyreek here. This is touchdown, and the Miami Dolphins are up 14-0 at this point after this play. But nonetheless, he sets up here off the pocket. And again, look at the picture too. Look at the people who have gone down the line of scrimmage with the speed sweep guy towards the top of the screen and all that, right? He's only got one guy around him who they pushed by him. But now he's got Waddle coming across here, who's in the middle of the screen at 40-yard line that people are watching, and he is wide open for a crosser as Tua sets up. He gets past this linebacker here who's at the 38-yard line, and he throws the ball high. And again, it's one of those where if he catches it, there's nobody. The other guy's chasing Tyreek down. He's going to catch it. He might turn up and run for a touchdown, let alone he's going to get a 30-yard gain at least. So that was an opportunity early on left on the field.
It was another miss. And then here's another one in the first quarter.
Yep.
50 seconds left about. It was a 1st and 10, and he's looking for Waddle again here in the middle of the field.
Oh, yeah, and just misses it. He had the high ball working. And I didn't, dive in close to mechanics as far as why he kept throwing it high. But that was definitely the throw of the day here.
And having a receiver that open is unusual in the NFL.
That's the three. I know the first one doesn't look open. I wish we could have showed it a little bit more. But the picture 2 and 3. Picture 2 had 2 guys that were so open that doesn't ever happen in the NFL. This, yes, Ahmed. You tell me, who's the closest defender? How many yards away you think?
Looks like probably 5 at least.
Yeah, right. Shazier behind the 51. Shazier. I'm choking on saying his name. He's chasing him right 5-6 yards behind.
Yeah.
So there you go. So there's that one. Yes, that was another opportunity to get outside of their own end zone. And again, this is one where, with these type of players here, Waddle, Tyreek Hill, they catch the ball. You see there's only 2 defenders left behind them, and they're chasing other receivers to where you just go, I don't know what's going to happen here if he catches this ball. This is going to be scary, right? I've never seen this with the 49ers, guys. I'm not trying to be.
And that's as big a point as
that's
Tua
all
missed these guys. That's as big a point you're trying to make here is that they got some guys open. If Tua has this game over again, he might hit all those guys.
If they played them again, Tua's going to throw for 500 yards. He's not going to miss these. But I think again, it just goes into, hey, it's outdoors, it's the crowd, it's a team that's really good and fast and big, and I just think he was a little uncomfortable and just a little off of his game because of that.
Maybe we do one more here to show. I don't know that we need to go through all of them here. Have you seen all the ones that we have here?
No, yeah, we got to go through them all. Okay. Keep going. You asshole.
All right, fine. We'll go through them all.
We won't go long.
All right, second quarter.
This is an easy one. It's just a deep out route.
It was
you
a 1st and 10.
Here.
He was going to Waddle here.
Right. Throws it out of bounds. He's got him. It should be a 20-yard gain on the out route. Doesn't get it. Either way, misses it. Okay, here's one. The wheel route up the sideline.
To Jeff Wilson.
Right.
This is 8 minutes into the second quarter.
Right. Look at 57 Greenlaw. He was playing deep. But again, a little bit like the first picture, he's caught flat-footed. And he was like, wait, he's going to keep going? And he's gone. It's gone. It's touchdown. And Wilson could have maybe caught this. It would have been one of those over-the-shoulder, I'm going to dive, close to the out-of-bounds to catch it. But it should have been a walk-in touchdown. This is Jeff Wilson. He's one of the other than the guys on his own team, he's the fastest guy in the field. Mm-hmm. So that was a missed opportunity.
He would have loved that, too.
He would definitely have paid back. He would have given him the ball to spiked it in Shanahan's face over there.
3 minutes, 46 seconds to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 8.
In cut over the middle. High, right?
Looking
Got
for
Tyreek.
Hill.
You can see how open he is. Right. It's incredible separation. Ball almost gets intercepted.
Well, we do have an interception with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Looking for Tyreek.
This is the next play after his first interception. And his first interception, listen, it wasn't a good play. Football happens. He did get under pressure. Jeff Wilson was kind of stumbling and not looking, and he threw it, and he made a mistake. I'm going to harp on that. But this here, again, as you see, he's wide open, right, Ahmed? For those listening.
He's wide open.
It's a 6-yard out route. And the guy covering him is 6 yards behind him and running backwards because he's so scared Tyreek Hill's going to run by him.
Yeah.
So he misses the throw off of Tyreek Hill's hands, interception.
So that was all the bad. And you mentioned on the first shot, it didn't look like Tyreek was open. You're like, maybe he's not open. I know. He is fast. Maybe he's going to run by.
Yeah, you got to just trust me on those ones.
Here's the last one. This was the touchdown.
This is the touchdown. And I think it's a similar look. Again, if we took
same look as the first one, it's like Tyreek is 4 or 5 yards, behind. Not behind.
Right.
He's, he hasn't gotten to the defensive secondary.
Charvarius Ward is out in front of him and running, right?
Yep.
And even if you took this, if we had this snapshot even just a little before this, Hufanga, who's the safety in the middle of the field, you see him there, Ahmed, right? He's starting to collapse on Sherfield. But if you got it to where when Tua was actually gathering up to throw, right now he's in the middle of his throwing motion, Hufanga was kind of in a spot where you go, well, he's not open right here. But through practice and the speed of your guy, wait, he's going to run by these guys once the ball's in the air, especially a guy who is flat-footed or his attention is downhill. And yeah, this is, if he throws this ball like the first picture we show, and you just drop back and you launch it, the same result's going to happen, in my opinion. And I think most quarterbacks or anybody who played football's opinion, because he's just got him in a spot where, yes, he's going to run by anyone, and the defenders are not in a position to where they're advantageous here to get the ball. And this was a great throw and on the money and touchdown Miami Dolphins.
So to sum up, that was one of the better games that maybe you have seen from Mike McDaniel and one of the worst games you've seen from Tua.
It's the worst game Tua's played all year, and he still made a lot of good throws. Again, I'm not trying to. My point here was, first off, let's be real, some people on TV. And then second off, like I said, I've never seen anybody do that to the 49ers. I've never. And it's one of those, again, where I just came away going to the game and going, if the 49ers and they do get to the Super Bowl, they don't want to see this team again. This, to me, would not be good for them. It's a tough matchup for them. And, man, yeah, they just missed some opportunities in this one. Thanks for watching, homies. Hit subscribe to see all my Unbuttoned videos. You get to see me, Ahmed Fareed, all the big player breakdowns, game breakdowns, player interviews, and my film analysis. So please subscribe. Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Peace out.